वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। After the completion of first section of the first Mundaka, now in the second section, the Upanishad introduces Aparavidya. In the first section, two Vidyas were mentioned, and among the two Vidyas, Paravidya and Aparavidya, Paravidya, which is Brahma Vidya, was talked about. Brahma Vidyayaha Tattvam Pradarshitam Pratama Kande Samanyataha. Now, in the second section of the Pratama Mundaka, Aparavidya is going to be talked about. What Shaunaka asked was only Paravidya. To understand Paravidya, we need to understand what is Aparavidya, both. Para, apara, both should be known. Like dharma, adharma, both should be known. Similarly, why? Paravidya is for moksha, Aparavidya for samsara. Therefore, the Vishayas of both the Vidyas being different, therefore, to have the clear, distinct understanding of the two, we need to know both the Vidyas. With that intention, the Upanishad in this section going to elaborate on Aparavidya. Aparavidya is the topic of the Karma Kanda of the Veda. Aparavidya is the topic of Karma Kanda. The whole Karma Kanda, which consists of a lot of karma and upasana, Karma Kanda can be divided into, the Veda Purva can be divided into Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda, where a lot of karma and upasanas were mentioned. This Veda Purva is for gaining the Dharmartha, Kama, Purushartha. These Purusharthas are Parichinna Purushartha. For gaining the Purushartha, which is the Purushartha, Parama Purushartha, the Vedanta, the last part of the Veda, Vedanta, which talks about the Paravidya, that is the only means by which moksha is gained. Therefore, to show the distinction between the two Vidyas, therefore, the distinction between the two should be known. Therefore, the Upanishad will talk about Aparavidya as though it glorifies it, as though it glorifies the Aparavidya. But it is not for glorification, it is for showing the limitations. Aparavidyaya labhyam phalam prastuyate. The phalam, the result which are gained through Aparavidya, it is praised. It is going to be praised in this section. That praising also, the phalam also is of two types. Aparavidya, it has its phalam. Praising Aparavidya for its phalam, that phalam is of two types. One is in the form of gaining Swarga Loka Prapti. Bodhya Kamanaya Anushtitam Swarga Prapti Palakam Yataparam Pratamam. That is the first palam. Swarga Prapti Palakam. The palam which is in the form of gaining the Swarga Loka. Swarga Loka, or the palam in the form of gaining the superior pleasures. It is superior pleasure, Dharmartha Kama. The second palam, it is in the form of, gaining the Antakarna Shuddhi. The same karma and upasana will become the cause for Antakarna Shuddhi, which is the means for gaining the Jnana Yogyata. So, for Antakarna Shuddhi, the karma should be done The karma should be done without any desire for the limited ends. Nishkamataya. Nishkamataya antakarana shuddhyartam kritam kramena kritam karma mukti prapakam. That is the second one. Mukti prapakam. Vidya sadhanatvena ishtam dvitiyam. So this is the second palam. First palam is in the form of yata yata param palam, going and coming. That is samsara. The second palam is in the form of gaining the jnana yogyata prapti. That is the second palam. That palam is possible only when the karma is done. The karma is done without the desire for gaining the parichinna palam. Nishkamataya kritam karmana. So therefore, when the karma is done, sakama karma is not proper for gaining the Brahma Vidya. Therefore, it should be nishkama karma. The karma is, when it is done, nishkamataya, then that karma becomes moksha pradhana karma. That karma gets a status of being the karma conducive for gaining moksha indirectly, not sakshat, indirectly. And also to understand the limitations of those karma, vairagya utpadanartham. Vairagya utpadanartham. Also, to understand the limitations of the karma, that karma becomes the means for gaining jnana yogyata. That is why nishkamataya. So understand very well the limitations of karma. The karma will become the means for gaining the vairagya. When backed up by vairagya, when this karma is done, that karma becomes the nishkama karma. Then that becomes a means for gaining the chitta shuddhi, jnana yogyata prapti. That is required for paravidya to take place. That is the intention behind introducing this aparavidya topic. Otherwise, Shruti has got no other tatparyam in introducing this aparavidya, which has already been talked about elaborately in the Karma Kanda. Why should he talk about it then? To show its limitation and therefore create vairagya. To create vairagya, this karma have to be analyzed. Pariksha lokan, karmachitan, brahmanaha. Limitations of this karma and upasana have to be understood by analysis. That is why this section is started. And Bhashyakara gives the sambandha, the connection, sambandha bhashyam, connected to the previous kanda. Already we have started reading that. We have completed a few lines. We'll quickly read that. Sangaha Vedaha
Sangaha
Vedaha
Aparavidyokta
Aparavidyokta
Rigvedo Yajurvedaha Ityadina
Rigvedo
Yajurvedaha
Yajurvedaha
Ityadina.
Rigvedo Yajurvedaha. This is the fourth mantra of the Pratama Kanda of the Pratama Mundaka. Aparavidya was talked about. Along with its Anga, Vedanga, Sangaha Vedanga. So, Aparavidya, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, all the four Vedas and the Vedangas were talked about in the previous Kanda. Then yattadreshyam
यत्तददृश्यम्
ityadina
इत्यादिना
नामरूपम् अन्नं च जायते
नामरूपम् अन्नं च जायते
इत्यन्तेन ग्रन्थेन
इत्यन्तेन
ग्रन्थेन
उक्तलक्षणम् अक्षरम्
उक्तलक्षणम्
अक्षरम्
यया विद्यया
यया
यया
विद्यया
विद्यया
अधिगम्यते इति
अधिगम्यते
अधिगम्यते
इति
इति
परा विद्या सविशेषेण उक्ता
पराविद्या सविशेषेण
सविशेषेण उक्ता
by the mantra yatadreshyam agragim agotram avarunam, sixth mantra, previous section. Ityadina, starting from that, and Namarupam Annam Chajagate, that is up to ninth mantra, from sixth mantra to ninth mantra. What was talked about? Aksharam Brahma, Ukta Lakshanam, that is the knowledge. Yaya Vidyeha, Adigamyate iti, Paravidya. That is the knowledge by which the Aksharam Brahma is gained. That nature of that Aksharam Brahma, the nature of that was talked about. Savisheshana, distinct from Aparavidya, it was talked about. Savisheshana Ukta. Savisheshana that is Savisheshana, distinguishing. What is Visheshanam we saw? Vyavartakam Visheshanam. That which distinguishes is called Visheshana. Distinguished from Aparavidya, the Akshara Brahma Vidya, along with its Lakshanam was talked about in this mantra number 6 to 9. Then Ataha
param
Ayogo Vidyayogo
अनयोः
विद्ययोः
Vishayau Vivektavyo
विषयौ
विषयौ
विवेक्तव्यौ
विवेक्तव्यौ
Samsara Mokshau iti Uttara Grantaha Arabhyate.
संसारमोक्षौ
मोक्षौ इति उत्तरग्रन्थ आरभ्यते.
Atah Param, after distinguishing these two Vidya, then Anayogo Vidyayoga, between of these two fields of knowledge, two areas of knowledge. Vishayau Vivektavyo should be distinguished. The subject matter of these two Vidyas should be distinguished from each other. One is in the form of perpetuating samsara. Other one is freedom from this samsara, moksha. Samsara mokshakyau. So anayoga vidyayogo means parapara vidyayogo, vishayau, the subject matter of these two vidya, vivektavyo, to be distinguished. How to distinguish? Samsara, aparavidya, vishaya of aparavidya is samsara, vishaya of paravidya is moksha. Iti uttara grantaha arabhyate. The grantha is started. Then tatra apara vidya vishayaha
तत्र अपरविषयः
विषयः
कर्त्रादि साधन क्रिया फल भेद रूपः
तत्रादि
साधनविद्या भेदरूपः
संसारः
संसारः
सारः
अनादिः अनन्तः
अनादिः अनन्तः
दुःखस्वरूपत्वात् हातव्यः
दुःखस्वरूपत्वात्
प्रत्येकं शरीरिभिः सामस्तेन
प्रत्येकं
सामस्तेन
नदीस्रोतोवत् अव्यवच्छेदरूप सम्बन्धः So तत्र is तस्मिन् अपरा vidya vishaya. First अपरा vidya Vashikara. He talks about the apara vishaya of apara vidya. The apara vidya is presented by Bhashyakara as kartradi sadhana kriya pala bheda rupaha samsaraha. This apara vidya, the subject matter of this apara vidya vishayaha. Vishaya means subject matter. One of the fourfold connections, Anubandha Chatushtayam, Vishaya. Vishaya, the subject matter of the apara vidya is what? Is samsara. Samsara is dharmartha kama purushartha. Samsara. The limited ends. Parichinna purushartha. So the subject matter of apara vidya is this samsara. This samsara is anadihi. It is beginningless. It is anantaha. It is endless. How can samsara be anadi and how can samsara be endless? Samsara, ajnanam could be anadi. How can it be endless? If it is endless, then samsara cannot be ended because it is anantaha. Therefore, here we have to understand when we say samsara is anadi, that is okay. Anadi, because it is beginningless. We don't know when it started. Ajnanam, the samsara. But the problem of samsara, the samsara can be put to, we can end it. We can put an end to samsara. That is why paravidya we study. Otherwise, what is the point in studying paravidya, Upanishad? Samsara nivritti is the goal. Therefore, only we study Vedanta Paravidya. Therefore, when we say Anantaha here, what does it mean? Anantaha is, that is, from the Vyavagharika Drishtya, it is Anantaha. But Paramarthika Drishtya, there is no samsara. Samsara, it is not there from the Paramarthika Drishti. So, for the Vyavagharika problem, through the knowledge of oneself, through the knowledge of Brahma, the Atmanaha Swarupam, through the knowledge of Brahma, this samsara, which is Vyavagharika, can be put to an end. This Vyavagharika samsara, which is anadi, this is anadi from the samashti drishti. It is from the samashti drishti, it is anadi. From the Vyavagharika drishti, it is anadi. If this samsara, it's because a person gains moksha, the samsara is not going to stop for other person. It is going to continue. So Vyavagharika drishtya, it is anantaha. Vyavagharika drishtya, it is anantaha. So it is samashti standpoint, it is anantaha, anadihi anantaha. But the individual can come out of this Ajnanam, by gaining jnanam. Therefore, Bhashyakara present it as Anantaha. Anantaha, it's only from the Vyavaharika Drishti. From the Paramahatika Drishti, there is no samsara. There is no samsara, therefore there is no moksha even. So, when we say samsara is Anantaha, it is only from the Vyavaharika Drishti. From the Samashti standpoint, it is Anantaha. So, this samsara, which is characterized by Kartradi sadhana kriya pala veda rupaha. The samsara, which is in the form of all the karakas. Karta. When karta is there, when kartritvam is there, all the other karakas will walk in. Karma, karana, sampradana. All the other karakas. So kartritvam is the main karaka. So therefore kartradi. Kartradi sadhanam. Kartradi sadhana kriya pala bheda rupaha. Kartradi sadhana, all the karta, all these are the karaka, the factors of action which are involved in doing the action. And therefore the kriya pala, the result of karma, the action, kriya and pala. Kriya and kriya pala. Kriya is action, pala is kriya pala. So, kriya pala bheda rupaha, which is in the form of this karakas, karma and karma pala. This samsara which is in that form, which is anadihi, which is anantaha, which is dukkha swarupatvat. Dukkha swarupatvat hatavyaha. It should be given up because it is in the form of dukkha, being of the nature of dukkham. Therefore, it is hatavyaha, should be given up. Swarupatvat hatavyaha pratyekam shariribihi, by the every individual. Pratyekam, by every shariribihi is by every jivas. Samasthena, by every jiva, it should be given up. Hatavyaha. Pratyekam shariribihi, by all the jivas individually, it should be samasthena, completely. Samastasya bhavaha samastya. Samasthena, completely should be given up. Nadi srotovat avyavacheda rupa sambandha. The samsara is avyavacheda rupa sambandha, which is in the form of avyavacheda, not any gap, without any interruption, like the nadi srotovat, like the river flows. Similarly, this river of samsara, which is continuous without any interruption, it flows. So, therefore, it should be given up by every individual, every jiva, iti. Then the next line. I think from here only we need to start. Tad upashama lakshanaha mokshaha.
Tadu upashamalakshanaha mokshaha
Paravidya vishayaha.
paravidya vishayaha
Anadi anantaha.
anadi anantaha
Ajaraha amaraha.
ajaraha amaraha
Amritaha abhayaha.
amritaha abhayaha
Shuddhaha prasannaha.
shuddhaha prasannaha
Svatma pratishta lakshanaha.
svatma lakshanaha
Paramanandaha advayaha iti.
paramanandaha advayaha iti.
So, previously, Aparavidya Vishaya was talked about, which is samsara, which is anadi, ananta, iti. Now, here, Paravidya Vishayaha. Vishaya of the Paravidya, the subject matter of Paravidya is Tad upashama lakshanaha. Tad upashama lakshanaha. Upashama. Upashama. Upashama is putting an end to. Putting an end to. Stopping. Preventing. What? Tat. Tat referring to aparavidya. Tat referring to the aparavidya which is characterized by this samsara, this dvaita rupa samsara, this dvaita. So, therefore, moksha which is in the form of putting an end to this samsara, and samsara which is the subject matter of aparavidya. Therefore, moksha is the subject matter of paravidya, and this moksha is anadihi anantaha. It is without beginning, without end. Therefore, this moksha is nityaha, because it is a swarupam of Atma. Moksha is not something to be gained. If it is to be gained by effort at a particular time or a particular space, place, then it also becomes parichinna, avachinna palam. Like any karma, it also becomes avachinna. Therefore, it is not gained. It is not gained. It is the swarupam. It is a swarupam. Moksha is a swarupam of Atma. Swarupatvat. Therefore, moksha is never, it is created. Never created. Therefore, it is beginningless. Because it is not created, therefore it will not go away. There is no point of going away when it is not created. Therefore, it will never cease to exist. It will never go away. Therefore, it is anantaha. So, anadi anantaha means it is the swarupam of Atma, which is anadi anantaha, which is not created, which it doesn't end. So therefore, there is no moksha really speaking, because that is this swarupa. From the vyavaharika drishtya, we have from the vyavaharika drishtya only we talk about the moksha. From the vyavaharika drishtya only moksha. Samsara is there, therefore moksha we talk about. From the vyavaharika drishti only samsara is there. Therefore only moksha is talked about. From the paramarthika drishti, there is no samsara, therefore there is no moksha. Therefore, it is very clear when we say anadi ananta with regard to samsara, that is only from the vyavaharika drishti. Dvaita prapancha is vyavaharika drishti. So, therefore, this Dvaita Prapancha, this Anadi Ananta Vyavaharika Samsara, it cannot touch this Advaita Paramarthika Brahma. Cannot touch this Advaita Paramarthika Brahma. Therefore, this Brahma, Atma, whose Swarupa is Moksha, it is Anadi, it is Anantaha. It is not born, therefore not gone. Therefore, this samsara, is it satyam or mithya? It is mithya. The samsara which is mithya. Therefore, it is negatable. Since this samsara is mithya, this samsara which is this dvaita bhava, which is mithya, therefore it is negatable, therefore upashama, tad upashama lakshanaha, moksha. And this moksha, the freedom, which is the swarupam of Atma, Paramatma, which is Ajaraha. Jara means old age. That becomes old. Ajaraha is there is no old age, free from old age. Avidyamanaha jara. It cannot become old. In samsara, people can become old. Even the objects of the samsara can become old, disintegrate over a period of time. But moksha is not subject to any disintegration because it is the swarupam. So there is no jara. There is no modification. Atma cannot undergo any modification. Any modification, therefore, it cannot become anything. It cannot become means it cannot become a samsari. Therefore, it is free from samsara. Ajaraha means apakshaya ragitaha atma. And atma is amaraha. Amaraha. It is amaraha. Amaraha means that which doesn't die. But another word is amrutaha. Therefore, we have to give a different meaning to the word amaraha. We can take the meaning of the word amaraha as viparinama ragitaha amaraha, free from any change. Free from any change. Ajaraha is apakshaya ragitaha. It cannot decay. Even the positive change is also is not there for Atma. Amaraha doesn't undergo any change. Like the shariram, vardate, asti, jayate, vardate. Vardate is a change, grows. That change also is not there for Atma. Vardate, then viparinamate, changes, undergoes some changes. The shariram undergoes changes. Jayate, vardate, viparinamate, then apakshiyate, vinashyati. All these changes are not there for Atma. So Atma is ajaraha, amaraha, amritaha, nasharagitaha. Doesn't undergo any form of destruction. Therefore, Paravidya Vishaha is this, that Vishaya is myself. That is Atmanaga Swarupam. That is the nature of me. That is what the subject matter of the Paravidya. So, therefore, Aham Anadihi Anantaha Amaraha Amrutaha. There is no samsara in me. Therefore, I am free from fear, abhayaha. Only when there is a second thing, fear will be there. Dvaitadhi bhayam bhavati. There is no second thing, therefore there is no fear, abhayaha. I don't have fear and I am not a cause for fear also. That is what sannyasa is. I don't have fear. At the same time, I will not be the cause for the fear. I will not create fear in others. Cause for the fear of others. So, therefore, abhayaha. Abhayaha is possible only when the understanding that there is no second thing is there. Then only this abhayam is possible. When there is a second thing, the second thing will limit you, will bring in the limitation, and samsara will be there. So, therefore, for samsara to go, this dvaita bhava has to go. So, when this dvaita bhavam is there, samsara will be there. Therefore, dvaita is the cause for fear. Advaita is the cause for abhaya, fearlessness. That is moksha, mukti. So, therefore, abhayaha. Shuddhaha. Atma is always shuddhaha. It is always shuddhaha. No impurity, no mala can touch the Atma. Like the Akasha cannot be polluted. When Akasha itself cannot be polluted, which is one of the Pancha Mahabhuta created, that itself cannot be polluted, what could be the status of the cause of even Akasha? That can never be polluted. Then why do we talk about Antakarana Shuddhi? Antakarana Shuddhi, why we talk about is samsara. Hello?
Voice is breaking. Voice is breaking.
Now only or from the beginning?
Now for the past 1 minute.
Really?
No,
Okay.
for me it's okay.
Can't hear the continuous flow.
It's okay, Ji.
It's okay, Ji.
Okay. I don't see any audio problem in my side. Okay. If any audio problem is there, please let me know. Fine, no problem. Shuddhaha is, it is free from any form of impurity. That's called Shuddhaha. Atma is Shuddhaha. Therefore, Antakaranam is Antakarna Shuddhi. We talk about Antakaranam is only it is only for gaining the jnanam that Atma is always Shuddhaha. For that certain relative Shuddhatvam is required. Therefore, we talk about Antakarna Shuddhi. Antakarna Shuddhi is not your Shuddhi because you are already always Shuddha. So, one need not take oneself to be Ashuddha because of Antakarna. Because the mind entertains all sorts of thoughts, pure and impure thoughts. Impure thoughts of the Antakarnam cannot touch you, cannot touch the Atma. Antakarnam being a Karanam, an instrument. Its job is to entertain thoughts. The thoughts can be pure or impure, and you classify it as pure or impure. But really speaking, there is no pure, there is no impure thoughts. Purity and impurity we talk only from the standpoint of the relative accomplishment of the relative preparedness, relative accomplishment of the preparedness to gain jnana. If the mind is if it is calm, if it is peaceful, then in that mind Atma Jnanam is possible. Therefore, we talk about Antakarna Shuddhi, relative calmness, the relaxation of the Antakarna. Antakarnam is available for you to understand Atma. Therefore, we talk about Antakarna Shuddhi. It is relatively peaceful, calm, composed. That's called Antakarna Shuddhi. When it is calm and peaceful, then it can think. It can gain clarity. Therefore, Antakarna Shuddhi. Antakarna Shuddhi is not the Shuddhi of you. Antakarnam is only a Karanam. Atma is always Shuddhaha only. Therefore Atma Shuddhaha, and it is Prasannaha. It is Prasannaha means it is Shanta Swarupaha because it is free from impurity. Therefore, it is always Prasannaha. It is Shanta Swarupaha. So therefore, Papa and Punya, these cannot touch Atma. Papa, Punya are the impurities. They are the Mala. Raga, Dvesha, Papa, Punya, these are the Mala. These are the impurities. These cannot touch the Atma. So therefore, this moksha, which is a subject matter of Paravidya, which is Anadi, Anantaha, Ajaraha, Amritaha, Abhayaha, Shuddhaha, Prasannaha, Swatma Pratishta Lakshanaha. This moksha, which is in the form of being with oneself, abiding in one's Swarupa, one's nature, abiding in one's Swarupa, abiding in the knowledge of this Atma, not missing the vision of myself, vision about myself. Swatma Pratishta Lakshanaha, in spite of engaging in vyavahara, not losing the sight of the real nature of oneself, that is that jnana nishta, then paramanandaha, the swarupa of Atma is parama anandaha. Atma being anantaha, it is not limited, it is complete, it is purnaha. Therefore, paramanandaha. Paramanandaha can be mean total happiness. Happiness means total happiness is possible only when there is purnatva, completeness. That which is complete doesn't depend on anything for its completeness because it is already complete. It is purnaha. Because it is purnaha, therefore it is happy. That is the swarupa of Atma. Therefore, Paramanandaha, complete fulfillment, purnaha. And it is Advayaha. Atma is Advayaha, non-dual. Advaitaha. Advaya means Advaitaha. So, the Vishaya of Paravidya, which is Mokshaha, and Moksha is characterized by Moksha, tad upashama lakshanaha mokshaha, that is the moksha which is characterized in the form of stopping the samsara, and then moksha, which is the swarupam of Atma, and the swarupam of Atma is anadi, anantaha, amritaha, abhayaha, shuddhaha, prasannaha, swatma pratishta lakshanaha, paramanandaha, advayaha iti. So, therefore, this is moksha. This is moksha lakshanaha. Iti Bhashyakara, it distinguishes. This distinguishes from the aparavidya. In this way, dve vidye vivektavye. In this way, the two vidyas have to be distinctly distinguished, distinctly understood. In this way, the difference between the two vidyas have to be understood. Then, the next line. Purvam tavat
तावत्
aparavidyayaha
विद्यायाः
Vishaya pradarshanartam arambaha.
विषयप्रदर्शनार्थम् आरम्भः
Apara vidyayaha Vishaya pradarshanartam arambaha. Apara vidyayaha Vishayaha. Already talked about apara vidya Vishaya. What is that? Samsara. So, the subject matter of the apara vidya, pradarsanartam, pradarsanaya, to show that, for showing the subject matter of apara vidya, arambaha, grantaha arabhyate, the section begins. Purvam tavat, that is in the beginning, that is first we start. First the section starts showing the subject matter of this aparavidya, that is samsara. Of the two vidya, first now, for the purpose of showing the limitation of aparavidya, this section starts. Limitation is not mentioned, but we know aparavidya Vishaya is samsara, therefore limitation. Aparavidyayaha Vishaya pradarsanartam prarambaha. To show the Vishaya, the subject matter of aparavidya, first the Upanishad starts with the introduction to aparavidya. Tad darshanehi tanirvedopapattehe
तन्निर्वेदोपपत्तेः
Why it is should be talked about? Why should be should be talked about? Pradarsanarthaya arambaha iti uttaha purvam. Why should be talk about aparavidya? Because tad darshanehi, only when it is shown, only when it is examined, then only tat nirveda upapattehe. Only when we examine the nature, the subject matter of aparavidya, then only nirveda upapatti. Nirveda means vairagya. Then only there is a possibility, upapatti, possibility. Upapatti is possible. Upapatti of what? Vairagya upapatti is possible. Vairagya, where is vairagya the word? The word nirveda means vairagya. It is used in the mantra itself, the word nirveda. Upanishad uses the word nirveda, meaning vairagya. So, only when the aparavidya is talked about, only when aparavidya is examined, talked about, then only the vairagyam for the subject matter of aparavidya is possible. Upapattihi, possible. Tad darshanehi, that is, this aparavidya, which is characterized by kriyakaraka pala rupa, only when it is analyzed and understood, then only vairagya will come. Vairagya for the vishaya of the aparavidya, the dvaita prapancha. So therefore only talked about. Why we need vairagya? If vairagya is not there, then paravidya siddhi will not happen. For paravidya, we need to move away. We need to move away from all the pressure for gaining the limited ends. When the pressure is there, the mind will not be available for understanding. We need a mind which is composed, which is relatively tranquil, peaceful, calm, quiet, which is relatively available for thinking, for understanding. Then only the clarity can be gained with regard to this knowledge. When there is pressure inside, pressure for gaining the limited ends, parichinna palam, then jnanam cannot happen. The person has to be relatively available for this knowledge, and the knowledge is complete. So, therefore, vairagya for karma and vairagya for karma pala. So only when the person has vairagya for karma and karma pala, only when the person can be objective and see the limitation of this dvaitam, then only advaita jnanam is possible. So advaita jnanam requires vairagya towards gaining dvaitam. Therefore, vairagyam. And Upanishad also says later, tatacha vakshyati.
Tatacha
तथा च
vakshati.
वक्ष्यति
Pariksha lokan karmachitan ityadina.
Parikshya lokan
परीक्ष्य
karmachitan
लोकान्
ityadina.
कर्मचितान् इत्यादिना.
Bhashikara quotes the mantra which are going to come. It's from the same Upanishad, like in Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad Bhashikara quotes in the Sambandha Bhashya, he quotes the mantra of the same Upanishad. Similarly, here also he quotes the mantra of the same Upanishad to say that tatacha vakshyati, if it's going to be said, tatacha vakshyati, Upanishad vakshati, Upanishad will tell what? Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedam ayat. There the word nirvedam is there. This mantra, important mantra, which is in this section only. It comes 12th mantra. That is Pariksha Loka. Having examined the lokas which are achievable by karma, the lokas are the karma pala gained by karma, having examined the result, the karma palam. The karma palam being parichinnam, being limited, capable of only giving the limited comfort, limited pleasure. Therefore, the person gains vairagya. The persons gain vairagya. Tatacha vakshyati. So, therefore, vairagya. Therefore, in order to instill vairagya in the person, in order to instill vairagya in the sadhaka, therefore, the limitations of aparavidya has to be shown. Therefore, it has to be analyzed. Therefore, this section starts with the analysis of aparavidya and aparavidya palam. Then the Bhashyakara says, Nahi apradarshite pariksha upapadyate iti.
Nahi
नहि
apradarshite
अप्रदर्शिते परीक्षा
parikshopapajyate
उपपद्यते
iti.
इति
Tat pradashayan aha.
Tat
तत्प्रदर्शयन् आह
Apradarshite sati saptami. When it is not shown, what not shown? When in general, when something is not shown, then how can you examine that? For examining something, it has to be shown. You need that object. For examining an object, you need that object. For examining a topic, you need the topic. So, apradarshite, without without showing, then how the examination is possible? How can you examine? And the Upanishad uses pariksha lokan, having examined. What examining? What is the object of examination? What is the object of analysis? The object of analysis have to be shown first. Then only analysis, examination is possible. Therefore, apradarshite sati. When it is not shown, then pariksha na upapadyate. Then examining is not possible. Examination is not possible. So the subject matter has to be presented. Then only analysis is possible. Therefore, tat pradashayan aga. Therefore, in order to show that, show what? In order to show that subject matter, which is aparavidya. Therefore, Upanishad says. What does it say? The first mantra. Tadetat satyam.
Tadetat
तदेतत्
satyam.
सत्यम्
Mantreshu karmani kavayo yanyapashyan.
Mantreshu karmani
कर्माणि कवयो
Pashyan.
नान्यपश्यन्
Tani tretayam bhagudha santatani.
Tani
अनित्ताय
tretayam
बहुधा
bhaguda
सन्ततानि
santani.
Tanyachartaniyatam satyakamaha.
Tanyachartaniyatam satyakamaha.
Satyakamaha.
Yeshavah panthas sukritasya loke.
Yeshavah
Yeshavapanta
panthasya
sukritasya
loke.
loke.
I'll give a simple meaning of this mantra, then we'll see in detail in the next class. Tat etat satyam. This, that this is true. That this is true. That is what the meaning. Tat etat satyam. Etat satyam. This is true. This is true. What is this? That this is true. Satyam. This, that this is true. What is true? Upanishad here is going to talk about this karma and karma pala. So, that this is true when we say satyam, that is vakshyamana lakshanam. Tat etat vakshyamana lakshanam. That is, it is going to be talked about. It is going to be talked about. That is satyam. The Upanishad has in its mind what is going to be talked about. Therefore, only it uses the pronoun. Tat is that which is going to be talked about. Tat. Etat, which is there. Which is there where which is in the mind of the teacher. Which is in the mind of the teacher, which is in the mind of the Upanishad, referring to this karma. Says tat etat satyam. This is true. So the pronoun can be used only when already that noun has been talked about in the previous sentence. So you cannot use pronoun just like that. He goes, who goes? Yeah. Whom you are talking about. When you are talking about Rama and when you say he goes means Rama goes. But therefore, when you use the pronoun, therefore, the noun is understood. The noun where even though if it is not mentioned, it is there in the mind of the person who says he goes. Is in the mind of the person who says the speaker. So therefore, here when the Upanishad says tat etat satyam, tat referring to the karma which are going to be talked about. Tat which are going to be talked about. It is the karma, apravidya, vishaya. Tat etat satyam. That this is true. So etat is this. Tat which is there in the mind of the teacher. And etat which is this. So it is not known to you, but it is known to the Upanishad. It is in the mind of the Upanishad. So therefore Upanishad says tat etat satyam. Tat referring to the karma and which is in the mind of the speaker. That is here the speaker is the teacher or the Upanishad. Tat referring to karma and says this is true. So what it means is if the person does karma, he will definitely get the result. That is what it means. Tat etat satyam means that karma pala is satyam. Apara vidya vishaya is parichinna karma palam. That karma palam is satyam. Every karma has its corresponding karma pala. That is satyam. So tat referring to the karma pala. So karma pala is satyam. Mantreshu karmani kavayaha. Mantreshu karmani kavayaha yani apashyan. Apashyan is a kriyapadam. Apashyan sa. Who saw? Kavayaha. Kavayaha is, here it means rishayaha. Kavi means poet, but here it is rishayaha. Kavi means rishis. Rishis saw. What did they see? Yani karmani mantreshu. Yani karmani mantreshu. Mantreshu in the mantras. Yani karmani. Yani karma. That is the karmas. The rishis, they saw the karma through the mantras. That is, various karmas are presented in the mantras of the Veda Purva. Many karmas are there, starting from Agnihotra onwards. All these karmas were seen by the rishis in the mantra. Therefore, rishis are called mantra drashtaraha. Mantra drashtaraha rishayaha. They saw the karma in the mantras. And those tani karmas, tretayam baguda santatani. Baguda santatani. Samyak tathani. Samyak tatam. It is well spread. Tretayam. Tretayam refers to the three Vedas, not Treta Yuga. The Tikakara says Treta is Treta Yuga also, that we will see in the next class. Tretayam referring to the three Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and Sama Veda. In all the three Vedas, these karmas are well spread. Santatani, Samyak Tatam, that is well spread. Atharva Veda is not talked about because not much of the rituals in Atharva Veda. Only in the three Vedas karmas are there. Many rituals are talked about. Therefore, Tretayam, referring to the three Vedas, Bahuda, Santatani, which are spread in all the three Vedas. Tani Acharata. Tani Acharata. Tani Acharata. May you perform those actions. Acharata. Then Acharata, here it is Lat Lakara, but it's in the form of Lot Lakara. Upanishad says you perform that action. So Lat in the form of Lot. Acharata, Charati, Charata, Charanti, Charasi, Charataha, Charata. It is Madhyama Purusha, Bhagavachanam, Lat Lakara, but here it is in the form of Lot. Acharata, Alpa Prana, Acharata. In the form of Lot. Niyatam Acharata, regularly. Tani Niyatam Acharata. Tani referring to the karmas, which were seen by the rishis through the mantras that you perform. Satyakamaha, it is Sambodhana. Hey Satyakamaha. That is referring to the people who have the desire for the result of karma pala. Satyakamaha. Hey Satyakamaha. Hey Satyakamaha. Tani karmani. Tretayam Bhaguda Santatani. Yani karmani. Yani karmani. Rishayaha apashyan. Tani acharata. Nityam acharata. Niyatam acharata. You observe, you follow those karmas. E satya kamaha iti. Satyaha kamaha yeshamte. Satya kamaha. May you perform this karma. Yeshavaha panta sukritasya loke. Yeshaha, this vaha, for all of you. Pantaha, panta means path. Sukritasya loke. Sukritasya, the karma which is well done, sukritasya, that karma which is well done, it is a path for loke. It is sukritasya loke, the karma which is well done, sukritasya loke, karma palaya bhavati. Eshavaha pantaha sukritasya loke bhavati. Eshavaha pantaha, this is the means, this is the marga, this is the sadhana for what? For gaining the karma pala. Sukritasya loke means karma palaya bhavati. So perform karma for gaining the ends which are limited. So perform karma, and this is the means for gaining the result of the karma. This is the simple meaning of this, the mantra. That is, mantreshu yani karmani kavayaha apashyan, that tani karmani bhaguda santatani tretayam, that in all the three Vedas, tani he satyakamaha niyatam acharata. Why? Because this alone will give you the karma pala. Observance of this karma will give you the desired karma pala. Sukritasya loke. Loke is nimitta saptami. So karma palaya bhavati. Iti the mantra. The mantra says you perform karma. You perform karma iti. Then the Bhashyam we will read. We will read that in the next class. We will analyze the mantra further and then we will read the Bhashyam in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद जी।
धन्यवाद
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवादः जी।
धन्यवाद जी।
धन्यवाद जी।
धन्यवाद।